Okay, here we are. It's the 13th of August. Who knows what that means? Anyways, it's just look at that sky. It's pretty amazing. It's not smoky. That's what I'm showing you, and that means I can get up to the mountains and do some swimming with my wetsuit. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, I thought I'd show you around the garden a little bit. We're not getting any flowers anymore. I guess the roses have spent their. They've kind of done their thing. I got to work on pruning these guys. It's a little bit of a learning curve for me, but we do have a lot of critters around, little bugs and stuff, and the birds are coming in. I like that. I like to have. It's not just a bird feeder up high. It's they're coming after stuff on the ground. Maybe it's the seed, maybe it's some bug, but I'm loving it. You can see the ground is still wet from the sprinkler system. Here it is. I don't know what time it is. It's say 6:30ish, 7 o'clock. I didn't look at the time. And people are starting to move around. Middle of the week. Well, Thursday. So the main reason I got you out here is to show you what's going on with the garden. And I'm having, this is the reason I wanted to show you something. This I can't see it very well. It buckled. The main stem of this tomato plant buckled under the weight of these tomatoes. This happens, I think it's because, if I use the Miracle-Gro fertilizer, they shoot through, they just grow like you wouldn't believe, but then the weight is too much. Now it looks like this is going to be okay, because I haven't been really taking care of my garden. I've just been sort of like distracted, to be real honest with you. So I got to pull all these cherry tomatoes today. I want to try to get down the hill and see if there's some, what do you call it, blackberries around, but I don't know if I'll make it out there this morning. I think the season probably passed. So, but I'm getting a ton of tomatoes and they look really healthy. Very happy with that. I got to do something with this mint. I think I'm going to try to take some of that and freeze it. See if I can make some tea out of that later in the season. And the basil is the same way. And this finally kind of took off a little bit. It's another kind of, I guess, a basil-y thing. I did not buy it. I think I have the, whatever, little sticker for what it is. So, cars. They create a lot of noise. Two at once. See, when you're in your little pastoral experience and you're hanging out at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, the damn cars, they're really a distraction. Since I don't own a car, and I've been riding a bike for 20 years, I'm like, cars. But the big bummer is I got a ton of, what do you call it? I got a ton of growth of these cucumbers, but I'm not seeing any cucumber. Not a single one. I see a lot of flowers. There's flowers there. This should produce a ton. Look at this. Flower, flower, flower. But I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing any little baby cucumbers. And that's bothering me, because I really like cucumbers too. The two main fruits or vegetables I grow are tomatoes and cucumbers. And everything else is just sort of an extra kind of experiment. Like this, I don't know, it's a tomatillo, I think is how you pronounce it. They don't look like there's much of anything in there. They're pretty, and it's interesting, but I need some fruit. I need something I'm going to be able to eat. And I'm not seeing it there. But the garden is fun. That's the main purpose of the garden, is just to have a good time, really. I'm not trying to be, Mr. I'm going to feed the world. But I just like to watch the things. Mainly I'm really big on the cucumber vines. I just like vines a lot. And I hope I'm not going to be disappointed with the cucumbers this year. It's been a problem in the past where I got a lot of growth, but I didn't get anything viable. I got a lot of yellow cucumbers. So it's okay. I call the garden a success. Mainly the garden's a success this year because this fence has kept the deer out. I don't know, for whatever reason. Every once in a while, I've only actually had one buck come up onto the door step uh, the the does and their fawns, whatever, they don't come. They try to come up the front, and then they try to nibble on whatever's in front. And if they can get all the way past that, they'll come after this. But they don't they don't come around into this enclosed space because I think, well, they're instinctively, you know, concerned that they're going to get trapped in here, which is just great because I didn't really want to put up a second. I didn't want to put a fence up. I didn't want to enclose the whole space. I wanted to basically have a fence, and then I can step out my front door and I can just walk in here. It's technical. You have to build some sort of opening gate, and it was too much work. So I just left it off this year. So traffic, it does get to be a drag. I'm hoping that the fence will provide a little bit of noise reduction. They're not going to be too much. But the trellis will offer a little bit of privacy. Anyways, that's my morning. And a successful year for us, I guess. I don't know. If I don't get any cucumbers, it's not going to be, I wouldn't call it a successful year. We're going to get a lot of tomato. And tomatoes, I like tomatoes. I'll eat them all up. It's going to be Salad City. I think I don't think I'd plant this again. It just is an experiment. It doesn't look like it's going to produce much. I mean, it's producing a lot of something, but I don't see any kind of fruit. I know it's inside of those. You have to peel them off, and you have to roast them and all that, but anyways, well, there it is. This cardboard is kind of unsightly. I need to come out here and start dinking around now that I get some time. I schedule a little bit of a time every week to come out here and clear more of the grass and rearrange things. I got to finish the fence. It's not quite finished. I got a couple of posts to put in, but it's just a source of enjoyment for someone like me. I grew up, as a kid. We had a farm. It wasn't really. It was sort of it had been a dairy farm, and we had a chicken coop. So we had some chickens. They were kind of before my time. We had a goat, but that was all before my time too. But there was all around was dairy, and so there was cows around, and we had a big garden. Something to the effect of, a half acre. My dad, had a big garden, and we had also corn and everything else. And so for me to come out here and to, god damn, with the traffic. I guess everybody's going to work. I shouldn't complain. Okay. Well, I guess that's it. Yeah, we had a farm as a kid, and or a garden, I should say, a big garden. Half acre is a big garden, and there was a lot of other things going on. This is a precursor to my sort of thinking about my childhood and the book I'm going to write about that. So I'm going to have to be getting into a lot of drawing of plants and sort of pastoral artwork after I get this macrame piece, which is dragged on forever. Anyways, so far so good. I just don't see any cucumbers. Really kind of bugging me. Now, it's not too late in the season, but I'm going to fertilize everything. I use Miracle-Gro. It's not organic, but it's fast and it's furious, and it does produce results. I wish I was more organic, but it requires a lot of work to do the composting and all the things that you have to do. But yeah, it's gonna be a gorgeous day. Pretty fast street anymore. I've talked about it before. There's a lot of subdivisions on the other side of this. Point south, there have over the years they've added a lot of subdivisions. So there's a lot of houses back there. You can't see. It looks like forest, but it's not. There's several subdivisions out there, and that's how they get to town. They come down this road, and some of them are very fast. Everybody kind of zips through here, which is kind of depressing, but what can you do? All right, there's 10 minutes of my morning. See ya.